So the question is, why is it do you have that forward head posture? Well, there are a number of reasons, but first let me explain where your neck should actually sit, or where the cervical posture should actually be. So if you were to draw a line from the ear hole straight downwards, it should go right through the middle of this shoulder. It should go straight through the middle, and often this isn't the case for a lot of people. Now, in my 15-year experience, I've done hundreds and hundreds of assessments, and when I've actually measured someone's forward head posture, the average of those people is 5.5 to 6 centimeters. Normal is 0 to 3 centimeters. One thing that you should know is that your head should roughly be about 8% of your body weight, and know that for every centimeter the head comes too far forward, the load on the head is significantly more. So yes, you can watch videos where people do these kind of exercises, but in reality it isn't really going to do anything. So yes, you can do stretches where you do things like this. You stretch the upper trapezius muscle and you can release those areas, and you can do strengthening exercises where you put the back of the head against the wall and you walk your feet forwards. These are all over my channel, so you can view these, but there is one root cause to why you have this forward head posture, and this root cause is actually the tongue. So the tongue actually attaches to the hyoid bone. Therefore, if the tongue isn't sitting in the palate of the mouth, it drops down. So if the tongue drops down, the head comes forward because the tongue attaching to the hyoid bone pulls the head forward, and then that will shut down the breathing, it'll send the head forward, and the brain will detect a distortion in the posture, and it will send different signals to those muscles of the neck, and that's essentially why your head is coming forward. Okay, so what's the solution? Well, you can actually use something called a functional activator. Now this is by Posture Pro. Essentially it's a mouth guard, but what it'll help you do is get the tongue coming up into the palate and promote nasal breathing. So the tongue will then be trained to sit on the roof of the mouth. Therefore, it should help to realign the jaw and change the signaling that it gives to the muscles of the neck. And you can couple the strength exercises with something like this. You can add it into your workouts. There's many things you can do. You can then eventually start sleeping with it on, and eventually over time what you're going to find is that the head slowly comes back and your forward head posture is reduced.